Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has said that the tabloid The Daily Mail caused him considerable distress in libel lawsuit filed against the Daily Mail. I'm glad that Prince Harry is holding the Daily Mail to account. Now, this is the latest news coming in from the UK on the court case that Prince Harry has filed against the Daily Mail. Now, Prince Harry accused a UK tabloid of causing upset and distress and injury to his feelings with an exclusive story about his police security. The Duke of Sussex lawyers said in a new libel lawsuit against the Mail on Sunday that the Mail on Sunday was responsible for distortion and misrepresentation of the facts. Get them, Harry. Get the Daily Mail. They cannot keep succeeding, causing pain and harm to the lives of others. This is not a game. This is the life of Prince Harry and Meghan, which the UK tabloids have seen this as a game. It's not. These are their lives, their reputations, and the UK tabloids, like the Daily Mail, have worked so hard to try and ruin for the past 6 years. And each and every single time, I am glad of the fact that they keep failing in trying to take down Harry and Meghan. Now, the case relates to whether Prince Harry lied about having always been willing to pay for his police protection, a suggestion that he says is very much defamatory, a court filing shows. Now, Prince Harry is suing through the High Court in London over the newspaper's coverage of a lawsuit he filed against the Home Office. The MOS is the same newspaper that famously and successfully was sued by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, for breach of privacy and copyright during this trial between Meghan and the Daily Mail lasted years. And Meghan eventually won, and the Daily Mail was held to account. However, it's still too much to hope for that the Daily Mail will not continue its illegal behavior. And I'm very glad that Meghan won her legal case against the Daily Mail. And now Prince Harry as well has taken them to court. You cannot remain silent when people are desperately trying to destroy you. The likes of the UK tabloids that are desperate to try and destroy Prince Harry. We know what their goals are. We know what they want. But whatever they try to do to Prince Harry and Meghan, it will always fail. No weapon formed against Prince Harry or Meghan will prosper. Now, a court filing that has been seen by us read, and I quote, Prince Harry has been upset, but sadly unsurprised by the Mail's distortion and misrepresentation of the facts in breach of the most basic journalistic standards and ethics. The newspaper ran an exclusive story on February 20, suggesting Harry had used his PR machine, that's what they call it, to misrepresent the nature of a lawsuit against the UK Home Office. According to the court filing, the Prince is suing the UK government's Home Office over its decision to remove his police protection on trips to Britain. I, however, must note this and note this very, very much carefully, is the fact that Prince Harry wants to personally foot the bill for the security of himself and his wife and children, which is currently being denied by the UK government and the UK royal family. Because make no mistake about one thing, as I've said this before and I will say this again, Prince Harry is the son of the future king. Prince Harry is the grandson of the current reigning monarch. Prince Harry served his country for 10 years of active duty in Afghanistan. It's a shame how they are treating him right now, simply because he fell in love with a mixed-race woman and could not stand watching his wife and son get abused day in, day out. Get racially abused day in, day out. He couldn't stand watching them experiencing racism, and it took them far away from the UK to the US. And right now, they are attempting to punish him by putting the life of his wife, and the life of his children in danger by denying them of security that even they are personally willing to pay. Phone call, just one phone call from the Queen will settle the issue. The Queen has been much more willing to help her dearly beloved son, Prince Andrew, accused of engaging in sexual assault of Virginia Roberts, and had to pay up to more than £10 million of money to a woman he himself said never paid, never met. He said that he never met Virginia, yet paid out a settlement of more than £10 million estimated to Virginia. The royal family said that they don't want any embarrassments during the 70th Platinum Jubilee celebrations for the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth. And that's the reason that they were paying that kind of money. Like seriously, we know that there is no way that Prince Andrew could have survived that deposition. No way, without perjuring himself. Absolutely no way. Now, as I've said, one phone call from the Queen, one phone call from Prince Charles, or even Prince William would settle the issue of Prince Harry having his security to be able to protect his wife and his children. But however, it's unfortunate what the firm is constantly willing to do against Prince Harry just because he fell in love with a mixed race woman and actually dares to protect her from being harmed by the UK tabloids and the firm itself. Now, and I have so much deep respect for Prince Harry. He is standing his ground and saying, no, you're not going to play with my life. You're not going to play with the life of my wife, my children, Archie and little bit Diana. You're not going to stand and play with their lives. Their lives are not a game. I want to pay for my own security, and I want it done. That's what he wants. He wants to be able to pay for his own security. He's going to court just to be able to pay for his own security. And I'm hoping that this he is able to do. I'm really hoping that he's able to do. Now, the Daily Fail broke the story in January, prompting the Duke's legal representative to issue a statement saying he had offered to pay for the security detail himself in a meeting with the royals in 2020. Do you hear that? Hear that part. Prince Harry had offered to pay for security himself in a meeting with the royals. In that Sandringham summit, he was willing to pay for the security of his wife and children himself. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, had to write a letter to members of the royal family, as she said in the Oprah interview, saying this: I know that my safety and the safety of my son is of no meaning to you, members of the royal family. And when you talk about the farm, we talk about the Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, Prince William, and senior courtiers. Those are basically the people in charge. I know my security and the security of my son is of no use to you. You don't care about that. But I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you to please just let my husband keep his security. The royal family still refused to punish him because he married a mixed race woman. And I have a story about what's happening right now in Jamaica. So stay tuned to find out more about what's happening in Jamaica. But let me continue this before I get to that in this podcast right here, right now, today. Now, a Home Office court filing letter said Harry had not made the offer during early correspondence for the judicial review, which he applied for in September 2021. However, it made no mention one way or the other of any offer at the meeting with the royals in 2020. Now, the royals are part of RAVEC, which is basically an institution titled with protecting VIPs and members of the royal family. And the royal family basically has a seat there where they handle matters involving security, but still they're not able to just pick up a phone call Priti Patel's Home Office and guarantee the son of the future King of England security, all because he refused to watch his wife be abused. He refused to hand over his wife Meghan to the UK tabloids, like Charles handed over Diana, stories about Diana, so she could be slandered and abused. Harry refused to do that, and for that they are attempting to punish him. Punish him with his life. His life is no game. So the royal family, I want to tell them the life of Prince Harry is not a game. The life of Meghan is not a game. And I'm glad that Prince Harry is standing his ground. He is standing his ground. Now, the Mail on Sunday, they ran a story headline revealed how Harry tried to keep his legal fight over bodyguards a secret. Then minutes after MOS broke the story, his PR machine tried to put a positive spin on the dispute. That's how the Daily Mail ran the story. Now, quoted in the court filing, the article read this, and I quote, the revelations are a crushing rebuttal to Harry's initial public statement that implied he had always been willing to foot the bill. The Duke's court filing read, and I quote, the Home Office filing clearly only claims that Prince Harry did not advance his offer to pay to Ravek, the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, at the time of Prince Harry's visit to Great Britain in June 2021, or in the pre-action correspondence that followed. It does not refer to or dispute in any way what was stated in Prince Harry's public statement and his reference to the fact that he first offered to pay personally for UK police protection for him and his family in January 2020 at Sandringham Summit. Got it. That's what I was talking about previously. Prince Harry wanted to pay for his family. He wanted. But the royal family, make no mistake about one thing, the royal family is behind this. The royal family is pulling the strings for the Home Office. They are the ones behind this. They do not want Harry and Meghan back in the UK. Do you know who wants Harry and Meghan back in the UK? The UK tabloids for a story. The royal family doesn't want Harry and Meghan back. And do you know why they don't want Harry and Meghan back? Because of the jealousy of Prince William and Kate Middleton. And the rest of the royal family members, Camilla, Charles, both of them, all of them, it's like they're born with a jealousy issue. They're so jealous whenever the public shows a sense of affection towards Prince Harry, Meghan, or how the public loved the late Princess Diana. They do not like that one bit. They don't like that at all. Their jealousy is too much. And there's comments that Prince William has made towards Prince Harry in his trip to the Caribbean that has currently even propelled Jamaica to basically put forward saying that they are going to be seeking reparations for what happened to their family, their ancestors in slavery. And they will also be seeking to ditch the monarchy immediately after Prince William and Kate Middleton leave their PR tour, their charm offensive, as I said yesterday, their charm offensive. It's called charm offensive. It's not called like work or anything. Charm offensive. A PR move by Prince William and Kate Middleton for some pictures to be shown up in the UK tabloids for the UK, in the UK. I mean, people who live in Jamaica, they have the head of state, the Queen of England, but yet they have to seek a visa to go to England. I read that today. That's what I read today. And it just goes to show, like, what does the monarchy do for Jamaica? What does it do for Jamaica? Nothing. Like, nothing. Like, kindly just give me a list of what the royal family really does for the people of Jamaica. The only thing that they do is they get money on the people of Jamaica. Imagine 2015, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the year that slavery reparations for people, masters who owned slaves, were being paid off by the UK government. So don't let anyone ever tell you that there is no money to pay for slavery reparations. Let them not tell you that. The fact that the queens even are, what is it called basically? What's it called? The fact that the queen's crown, the queen's crown, basically has diamonds from countries in which the royal family had a colony kindly just shows you the pain and harm it caused and the theft it inflicted on this countries that the royal family had as colonies, that the UK had as colonies. And we see the effects of what is currently happening in the UK, the harms of racism, they continue to be seen to this day. They continue to be seen to this day. And they're denying Prince Harry the right to pay for his own security, which is wrong, wrong, and wrong. Now, Prince Harry's lawyers said in the paperwork that the meaning of the Mail's article was that he lied in his initial public statements. They said the account was untrue and defamatory and brought down an avalanche of criticism in web article comments. The court filing reads, and I quote, "It must have been plain to the Mail on Sunday that by giving these serious allegations such huge publicity in the terms and manner that it did, leading to inevitable repetition and the feeding frenzy of hostile comments, it could not but cause Prince Harry's reputation substantial damage and cause considerable distress and hurt to Prince Harry, as has been the case." How long will the Daily Fail and the royal family keep causing pain, harm to Prince Harry and Meghan? How long? How long, family? I saw B10 Pau say that I joined when I saw the abuse that Harry and Meghan were experiencing, the constant bullying of Harry and Meghan. I saw the same thing. I saw it. I saw the same thing. I saw the bullying and I joined the squad. And you see it play in right now in this court case. You see it. They won't stop causing harm and pain and distress to both Meghan and Harry. For those who watch the Me You Can't See, remember what Prince Harry said. And I quote, let me quote Prince Harry because this is a sensitive matter that we have to talk about. Prince Harry said this, and I quote, "I woke up in the middle of the night to hear my wife in tears over the bullying allegations that the firm had perpetuated against her. The pain that they've caused Meghan is immense." All the while, at that time, Meghan was pregnant, expecting Prince Harry's child after suffering a miscarriage. Do you see the cruelty of the royal family? Do you see the cruelty of the monarchy in full display? They couldn't hide it. They couldn't hide what they were continuing to do to Meghan. The constant harming of her. They've harmed Meghan so much. They've caused her so much pain. She suffered a miscarriage. While she was pregnant with Lilibet Diana, they still bullied her every single day. With Archie, the same thing. She had suicidal thoughts. The same thing. The things that Meghan has had to go through, no human being can ever put up with a fraction of what she's had to go through. The bullying that she's had to experience. Caroline Flack committed suicide. Princess Diana chased to her death. Let me use the two of them, Caroline Flack and Princess Diana. Princess Diana chased to her death by photographers. As Prince Harry said in a documentary, that instead of helping her, the photographers were taking pictures of her at the back of her car as she was dying. And those pictures ended up in the front desk of UK tabloids. Yet I saw UK tabloids saying that how they were angry at the fact that Harry and Meghan won't enable them, meet with them, sit with them, and have a sit down with them, like how Prince William was hugging them, hugging the people who are currently bullying your sister-in-law. That's the kind of people that Prince William rolls with and talks to. Even insulted Prince Harry, threw in some kind of a jab towards Prince Harry during this failed PR trip to Belize and Jamaica. This failed PR trip. That's what Prince William did. It just goes to show how petty Prince William is. I mean, look at Prince Harry, his comments about Prince William. I love my brother to bits, but there's been a lot of hurt. Our relationship for now is just space. Do you see that? It goes to show why people love Prince Harry. People all across the world love Prince Harry. But however, he won't entertain the bullying of his wife. I'll tell you about Prince William's comment. Just stick around as I continue. Now, as I continue, the court filing read that it must have been plain to the Mail on Sunday that by giving this serious allegation such huge publicity in the terms and manner that it did, leading to inevitable repetition and the feeding frenzy of hostile comments, it could not but cause Prince Harry's reputation substantial damage and cause considerable distress and hurt to Prince Harry, as has been the case. It added the Mail's refusal to take down the online article and or even mark it as the subject of a legal claim in accordance with standard industry practice and or publish an apology to Prince Harry has meant that Prince Harry has been unable to mitigate at least some of the serious harm done to his reputation by virtue of the widespread and continued dissemination of the articles. Do you see that? The Daily Fail, when it was time to hear Meghan's court case against the Daily Fail in court, the Daily Fail, basically, someone said this from Violent Times. The Daily Fail just loves being in court. It spends majority of its time in court. That's the tabloid in the UK that sells the most papers. And unfortunately, I say this with so much unfortunate, that people can actually buy in to these constant actions and activities of the Daily Fail. People, it reminds me of just how gullible like Fox propaganda viewers in basically that had to storm the US Capitol are. It just goes to show the kind of people that watch this and read this stuff and believe it. Because why am I saying this? I'm saying this because, listen, family, we all have critical thinking skills. Like, if I even make this podcast, I like for my viewers to make their own conclusions and draw their own conclusions themselves. Like, draw your own conclusions yourself. Because in this podcast, I give you facts. I don't just, I tell you things that have happened. I speak about them. I call out injustices. But I also want you to go ahead and research it on your own. Like, see it for yourself. Don't just accept what is being written, let's say in a tabloid or in the papers, without doing your own analysis or your own research. Do some research, then make your own conclusions. That's what I want for my own family, from squaddies from all across the world, members of the squad. Form your own conclusions. Read, investigate, read your own conclusions, and tell me about them in the comment section. Like, what did you find out? I want to hear directly from you. Now, Prince Harry, in this court case, said this. As a result of the Mail's conduct pleaded above, Prince Harry has suffered increased upset and distress and injury to his feelings. Prince Harry is seeking damages for libel at the High Court in London and an injunction barring the newspaper from repeating the claims he says are defamatory. He also wants the paper to publish a summary of any judgment made by the court. I love it. I love Prince Harry and Meghan. I love both of them. And it's a huge honor. I consider it one of my greatest honors to be a fan and a huge supporter of Prince Harry and Meghan. Do you see how they stand up to injustice? It just inspires me so much. I love it. I love every single bit and part of it. I love every single bit and part of it. Meghan, summary judgment was also published by the Daily Fail online. Now, the Daily Fail, I can take you back to Boxing Day, where they published the notice of Meghan's win in court. They wanted it published the day when Nobody used to buy, papers, historically low newspaper sales during that day of Meghan's win against the Daily Mail. Now, the fact is, listen, like, how can a country have a tabloid that constantly engages in illegal acts and is constantly allowed to continue its coverage? Even Wikipedia itself has said that the Daily Mail is an unreliable source, and yet we have people quoting the Daily Mail. Can you believe that? People who have been inciting hate towards Meghan have been quoting the Daily Mail as a source because of the constant negativity, the constant incitement of hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan. They've been citing the Daily Mail as a source. And it's just wrong. And I'm glad that Prince Harry and Meghan, both of them, are not letting it slide. They're not letting it slide. They're holding them to account. Prince Harry himself wants a summary of any judgment made by the court published by the newspaper. And members of the squad, I'm hugely, hugely inspired by Prince Harry. Hugely, hugely inspired by him. I just love him so much. I'm a huge, huge fan, and I'm proud to be a fan of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Now, family, what I want to say is this, that there has been so much bad faith and unethical coverage about Harry and Meghan. So many pirates with press cards. I won't call them journalists, because if I call them journalists, I'll be insulting the journalistic profession in which I'm studying for to be a journalist. And I know what journalists are, and these are not. The ones in the UK are clearly not. So many pirates with press cards are eager to leverage racism, misogyny, xenophobia for clickbait, clout, and cash. And the industry plays dumb when the public calls foul. It's just so wrong what the things that they are able to get away with. It's just so wrong. It's just so wrong. So wrong, family, so wrong. Now, as I promised on what Prince William said about Prince Harry, during a trip to Belize, Prince William was dancing with some locals. Now, what happened was that Prince William was asked about Prince Harry. I mean, obviously, every single person wants to know every single thing about Prince Harry. And clearly, he must not have been very, very happy about it. And now, Prince William said that Prince Harry is not self-conscious during Belize tour. I repeat, Prince William said that Prince Harry is not self-conscious during the Belize tour. He was asked these questions when dancing during a tour of Belize. So that's what the comment that he made about Prince Harry. No, I've always said this, and I'll say this again. As long as they continue abusing Prince Harry, as long as they continue smearing Prince Harry, as long as they continue abusing Meghan and smearing Meghan, these talks of reconciliation should just be thrown under the bus. Because make no mistake about one thing, this constant, Prince William is just showing his true colors. And to be honest with you, it's a bit weird that he's being so open about it. Now, what is it? Does it mean to not be self-conscious? Now, self-conscious, for instance, means that being overly aware of and sensitive to attention from others, often to the point of feeling anxious or embarrassed. In this sense, self-conscious is always used negatively. A person can be self-conscious in general or about a particular aspect of themselves. So, not being self-conscious is like saying that not being overly aware of or sensitive to attention from others, often to the point of feeling anxious or embarrassed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is Prince William saying that Prince Harry is not aware of? What is he saying that Prince Harry is not sensitive about? Ladies and gentlemen, Prince Harry married a mixed race woman. Prince William's mother was chased to her death. But yet, Prince William, we've had the likes of Robert Lacey write in his books saying that Prince William called Meghan that dada woman. I won't mention abusive stuff here in my podcast. I won't mention it. Now, he referred to Meghan in derogatory names. It kind of just shows you where the name calling came from. Because we had the nicknames that they were giving to Meghan in the palace. We've all seen this. That's public knowledge. The difficult names that they were calling her and all that stuff that they were saying about Meghan. I'll just say it vaguely. Because family, there is a saying that goes, the rot starts at the top. And the fact is, the rot starts from Prince William. And we can see it spewed down to his own members of his own staff. When you hear Prince William making comments like or the fact that Africans need to depopulate because population growth is putting enormous pressure on wildlife, while his wife is expecting his third child. It just goes to show the mindset of Prince William. When we hear these comments in which Richard Palmer said that he misheard, or Prince William saying that war is alien in Europe and just common in Africa and Asia, clearly showing that Prince William takes after Prince Philip. It just goes to show just goes to show the mindset of Prince William. And this person, in my opinion, is not a good person. Let me just say that this person, Prince William, is not a good person, nor is he a good human being. It just isn't. It just isn't. Now, I'll end this podcast by saying this. Jamaicans have shunned Prince William and Duchess Kate visit, demanding slavery reparations. The moment Barbados became a republic and demanded reparations, this was inevitable. The palace had to know this was coming. And as much as Jamaicans love Harry, they loathe William, even more so now after years of using his own staff to go after Meghan and the press to vilify and demonize Meghan. A dancehall artist in Jamaica, a famous guy called Binny, said this: the people would have loved to see Harry here, but they don't want Prince William at all. They do not like Prince William at all. I mean, I think even the cameraman, I had a cameraman in a clip on Twitter saying this. The camera said that what a waste of time as he was filming Prince William and Kate Middleton. I was thinking when I had that recording on Twitter, I think I'll put the link in my description for all of you if you want to watch it. That's if you're on Twitter. Now, the cameraman said, this is a waste of time. What a waste of time. It just goes to show the anger and the frustration of why they were so angry when they found out that Prince Harry was not coming back to the UK. All the Rota were outraged, as I said in my previous podcast. All of them were all angry at the fact that Prince Harry isn't coming to Prince Philip's memorial, the person they slander and bully, and that they've shoved it down the throat of the UK public, how bad it is. They were all angry that Prince Harry was not coming to the UK. It goes to show that they are not interested in boring Prince William and Kate Middleton, because they have to do PR for Prince William and Kate Middleton. Doesn't mean that even they enjoy talking about them or even covering them. Because let's face it, even the hate accounts that have dedicated their time to harassing Meghan, who call themselves Prince William and Kate Middleton's fans, they never talk about Prince William and Kate Middleton. They spend most of the time bullying and harassing Meghan. That's what they spend most of the time doing. And it's just so wrong. It is just so wrong. And I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for it. Now, I don't think that Someone say this. Someone, the dancehall star, Beanie, Beanie said this. Allow me to just repeat what he said. Beanie Man on Prince William and Kate visit to Jamaica said this: Jamaicans don't want the Queen. If Harry was coming, people would react differently. People will go and meet Harry. But William, nobody wants to see that. Dancehall star Beanie Man on Prince William and Kate's visit to Jamaica. Those were his exact words on GMB TV. Those were his exact words. It goes to show that their feelings towards Prince William. You know, you can never, Prince William thought that by standing on top of Harry, it could become someone loved, deeply affectionate, like what has been successful in previous years. The Queen, the bullying of Princess Margaret elevated the Queen. The bullying of, like what happened to Prince Andrew, he got a divorce, and then Prince Charles elevated. He was hoping for the same scenario for Prince Harry. We live in 2022, Prince William, and we have the age. This is the age of social media. There are things that they got away with in the past that you will not get away with right now. We will hold you to account, and we will not let an injustice just keep going on. We won't let it. We won't stand for it. And according to some information, Jamaica, from the Caribbean News Network, they've said this: that Jamaica will begin the process of removing the Queen as head of state just as soon as William and Kate have flown home, according to a report. This was tweeted out by Caribbean News Network. A source in the Jamaican government told ITV News that moves to make Jamaica a republic will start quickly. So Prince William and Kate Middleton, this PR trip has been miserable. And Prince Harry and Meghan tried to warn them and tell them that discussion on race and racism should happen, but they refused to listen. They mocked and insulted Prince Harry for making such kind of comments. Now look what's happening. That trip there has actually accelerated their need to ditch the monarchy. And Jamaica, leave the monarchy. I'll end the podcast by saying that Jamaica, Belize, all these countries that have the Queen as the head of state, the Queen does not care about you. They don't care. They only care about themselves and the paycheck they get at the end of the year. They don't care about people who look black like me. They don't care. And those are facts. Look at what they did to Meghan. They chased her out of the country. They don't care. But I'm glad that people are finally holding them to account. I'll stop the podcast right there, family. And I hope you learned a lot in this podcast. With so much love, stay tuned to our next video and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you, family. Jamaica, Belize, all these countries, get your independence. Get your freedom like Barbados. Don't let Prince William and Kate Middleton, who makes such kind of comments towards people of color, black people, brown people, be your head of state. It won't go well. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you, family, and don't forget to subscribe. Hello, and welcome back to Sasko Family TV. As I end this podcast, I'd like to thank you so much for watching our video. It means the absolute world to us. Kindly like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. Kindly hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content we post every single day. And it will mean the absolute world to us if you support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. If you wish to donate to our channel, kindly send to our PayPal email briankiputo95@gmail.com in our description box, or to our Netala account, also briankiputo95@gmail.com. Your support will mean the absolute world to us, with PayPal being the preferred option for this channel. Kindly stay tuned to our next video, and thank you so much to every single person that has ever supported our family. With so much love, stay tuned to our next video, and I'm hoping that you're having a great fantastic day. And this podcast made you feel much, much better. Have a great day, family. Thank you.